Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Dory. This is the Cauldron of Crafty Creations, and I'm so glad you are joining me. Today we are going to make a mini journal. These are the Freebie Digitals by LineDotArrow for the January challenge, Grunge Your Art Challenge. And so I pulled out from my stuff, I've got a coffee dyed envelope. It looks like it might have glued itself shut. That's okay. And a coffee dyed little file tab that might be kind of fun to use. And then a coffee dyed piece of paper that I am going to back this. This is going to be the cover of our journal. So I am just going to glue that down. And I hope you are having a wonderful day. I hope you're feeling well. I woke up at, I don't know, 4 or something again this morning, and I was like, no, I'm going back to sleep after I use the bathroom. And I tried, and it didn't happen. So I finally got up, and I was watching Tanya Samuels on YouTube, and then I'm doing some fussy cutting and organizing fussy cuts. Sorry if that's kind of shaking the table and looks a little weird. All right, so we are going to just glue this down to this page of coffee dyed paper that I made. And I'll give it a good burnish. There's my... If you don't have a bone folder, if you have a glue stick, the top of your glue stick works really well for burnishing as well. So, kind of a cheap, affordable solution if a bone folder is not in your craft stash yet. So, and it actually, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it's working really well for me. This bone folder is great too. You can get the longer, taller bone folders. You can use the back of your scissors handle. There's all different ways. You could use a glass, a cup. Kid's sippy cup. Mama needs to borrow this for a minute. All right, so we will, at first I was planning to just do the folder, and then I was like, I may as well make a little journal in there. Why not, right? So we'll let this dry before I put stuff in it, before I, fold it. But I'm just trimming off the excess paper for now. Those will go into my scraps, because there's always a use for coffee dyed scraps. So I have just a little spray bottle that has coffee in it. And I made just really strong instant coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I just bought some instant coffee to have for coffee dyeing. And I just keep it in a spray bottle, and I'll spray a bunch of them. And then I have a couple of Amazon boxes, and I just, kind of prop them on the Amazon boxes to dry. And I also have Kool-Aid, just unsweetened, with Kool-Aid that I use for dyeing paper as well. Okay, so that's a little bit bigger, but rather than cut it, this just came out of this ledger paper, this ledger pad from Walmart. I don't know, a couple bucks probably. Probably not very expensive at all. So, that is a little bit taller, so I'm going to go ahead, and I don't need it to be the exact height. I'm going to make it so it's a little bit shorter than the cover's going to be, and then it's also a little wide. So I'm going to fold this side in a little bit, and then fold it in half. So we'll have a side tuck and bottom tuck on one side. And anyway, so that'll be fun. So we'll use that. And I'm going to grab a couple more sheets of coffee dyed paper. Maybe 2 of those. I guess I've got 3 of them. That works. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold up a page aside, and I'm going to fold over, one of these. Actually, that would work. Yeah, so I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut it and I'll tear it in half. And we'll use that. 2 more pages this way. And then, let's see. I don't think I have any digitals from this kit. There was only like 1 full page. I thought I printed it, but I don't see it with this stuff. So, I won't worry about that. I think it ended up accidentally putting it on cardstock anyway, so let's see if we can get this to... I'm going to see if I can gently peel this back so that I can make it. No, it's not going to. Except that I'm going to be stubborn and make it, right? That's who I am. If I want something a certain way, I'm going to make it happen. Okay, so I just need to cover this with something so that it does not stick to whatever else is on here. Before I do that, I'm going to trim. Whoa! Sorry about that. And yes, I'm going to keep this in because I think it's funny and also because, you know, real life. Ugh. Come on. Okay. Let's see if it'll stay better. Okay, so I'm going to trim off these parts of the envelope. It's easier to do it that way. Just so that pocket's a little bit more accessible. And I love that coffee dye splatter. So I'm going to not be covering this whole thing. I'm just going to cover over where it's sticky. I'm going to grab Treasure Island. This was my mama's. And so I'm just going to tear a page out of here. And we're going to put a piece of it on each of these. Actually, oh, that's a good idea, Dory. Alright, so we're going to use this actually as, it's probably going to need more stick than that. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to glue this on. So this will be the actual, the page on the other half of the signature will be this Treasure Island. Actually, I'm going to do it this way because I want that yummy torn edge. Oh, yeah, it's over there. Okay, so got that. So that'll be a page in the thing. That's one way to add book pages if you want them to be able to stand up instead of be sideways. And then I need something to cover this. But first I need a drink of water. Washi tape. So I got this on Amazon. And it's got both rolls and then flat things of washi. And they're like old stamps. So I pulled these out. I thought they'd be great to go with this kit, this Granger art kit. So just put a strip of this down where that envelope was sealed and is still kind of sticky. And this tape feels like it is pretty sticky and does not need glue added to it. So just go right along there. Turn it off. And there we go. There's another page for our signature. Alright, and if you are new to journaling, a signature is a set of pages that are then sewn into a journal. And so this will be a one signature journal. I'm just putting these right here like this. And then I also have other digitals that are from a kit I bought a long time ago, so unfortunately I don't know where I got them. If you really want to know, let me know and I will try to find them from my Etsy orders from a couple of years ago. So if you really want to know, comment and I will look for them. So these are just one-sided, so they're white on the back. I'm okay with that. I will end up, actually I'm going to do these the same way. I'm going to tear them about in half, and then they make pages each. Okay, and go this way with them. I'm not going to worry about that white edge on those in this one. So let's just get these in here like this. Do I have? I'm trying to think what I want for the center of my signature. If I want like a specific pretty thing, which is kind of what I tend to do. It's digital. And I've got the torn edge up on some and down on others. I'm trying to decide if I want to put all of these in here or not. I think I'm going to leave these in my scraps. I don't think I need both of those. Let's see if there's anything else. I've got cardstock in here. All the music paper I have is printed on cardstock. Ooh, here's a set of a digital dictionary digital. I'll put that in there. Oh, and I found a page of music page that's on paper instead of cardstock, so we'll use those too. And these ones, I don't think I want to do sideways. So I'm going to go ahead and tear off a little off the top, maybe. Okay, do one at a time, Dory. And it didn't stay in there. So it's not going to be straight. I'll let go. It wasn't all the way on the table, so yeah, that didn't work it didn't go as planned. There we go. So I think that's still gonna be a little small, and I did that way on purpose just to take the light edges off. I try not to care, but I do care about the light edges being on there. So especially this one, it's because it's darker. You know, some of them are not as pronounced. Those ledger pages are less pronounced. So, and yes, I'm throwing these scraps away. I usually save. I'm just gonna tear this myself rather than using a ruler. And I like torn edges. If you don't, then you can cut yours. Again, just tearing that white edge off of there. You'll notice I am not inking. I do ink occasionally, but not usually. I'm going to save those bigger pieces. Throw my scrap in there. Just about like that. Actually, I'm going to fold it the other way because I might make this the center of my signature. I think I will. And then we'll get this one, get the light edges off of this one. And I think I might use my trimmer for this, just because it is a little easier and faster. I want to keep the top of the dictionary page. So I'm going to cut a little more off the bottom because otherwise it's going to be too tall. And that's a scrap that I will keep. And then I'm just going to And I do actually have some ideas for using those really thin little scraps. So I do have a bunch that I'm saving. I don't have the thing that I'm saving them in, so it's easier to just throw these ones in the garbage. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, and then this is still, oh, it's only a little bit bigger. That's okay, we're going to fold it like this. And then like this. Nope, I'm going to go this way just because I think I folded most of my digitals the other way. And I like that green as my first one. So like that, and like that. And now those are ready to go into the cover. And I think the cover is probably dry enough that we can score it after I take a sip of water here. So it's just slightly too big to use with my little scoreboard. So we'll use the big one. And this is another bone folder. You know, a lot of scoreboards will come with a bone folder. I don't like these ones as much. They're a little bit, you know, they're kind of dinky and stuff. But they do work. Let's see, so that's about 9.5. So I go at 4 3/4. And I did that wrong. Because I did from 1. So I gotta do it at 5 3/4. Alright. So now we have a cover. It goes this way. And I'm going to have to go get my pokey tool and my... oh, and those are going to stick out. And that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Because I don't want to get rid of that edge of that book page. So we're just going to let them stick out. We're just going to let it be. Let it be. So I need my pokey tool. I could use this jute that I have right here, but I gotta go get the pokey tool. So the pokey tool is over. I think I know right where it is. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Oh, I have the pokey tool and the jute, but now I gotta go get my needle. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Any interesting conversation while I was away? Oh, okay. I changed my mind. I'm going to use my wax thread. This also probably came from Amazon. And wax thread is great because it's, just learned recently, it's less likely to tear the paper in the pages. So I'm going to pull my craft mat out of here to make sure that I don't poke a hole in it. And I've got cardboard underneath. So we're going to put it all down into that fold. And so I learned a trick from, I think it was Gail Augustinelli. Could be wrong. It could have been somebody else. I think that's who it was that did this. And so rather than sorry, I had to get my thread ready. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and that a little bit extra came off. That's okay. I'd rather have it too long than too short. Need another sip of water. I drink tons of water. I love it. I didn't clip those pages because I'm not sure. I didn't want to didn't want to have to find clips. I know I have some, actually I've got a whole box of paper clips right here, Dory. Okay, so might as well